It's time for Maggie and the Moms, where we celebrate but never sugarcoat parenting. Joining us today is Sapna Doshi. She is the founder of We Go Kids. Check it out, wegokids.com. She is also the mother of 3 children who all share the same birthday. That's right, triplets. Deanna Moore is back with us. She is our executive producer here at Daytime. She has 2 young daughters. And Laura Byrne, who has 2 young sons. She's the editor of Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine. This is the May issue out right now, highlighting fabulous moms like Katie White of the Glaser Children's Museum, whom you see there on the cover. Ladies, welcome. We're going to start today with grandparents overstepping their boundaries. It's a touchy one. I think, everybody's gone through it. We love our parents. We know they love our children. And they have the best intentions, but sometimes they do things that just are not in line with how we would do them. A poll was conducted that I'd like to show you. These are the things that parents and grandparents tend to disagree on the most. This was taken by C.S. Mott Children's Hospital in Michigan. This is in order: discipline number 1, then food, then screen time, then bedtime. Yet 50% of the parents in that survey didn't have the guts to talk about it with their parents. Do you face this, and what do you do, Sapna?
Oh, I love this one. So it definitely takes a village to raise 3 kids at the same time.
Okay.
So keeping loving grandparents to continue coming to our house is important to me.
Okay.
We have had those challenges. I think because we focus on the emotional intelligence platform, there's a lot of science behind the decisions that we make, the parenting decisions. So when there is a conflict, I go back to the science and then try to engage the grandparent in coming up with how would this apply in this situation, and kind of do it together, so it's not a me telling, but us coming up with a solution together.
I wish I could use that one. The science says, Mom, you can't do this. What do you say, Deanna?
Okay, I want to preface this by saying I love my parents. I love my in-laws.
Yeah.
But they are so different. I remember sitting at a table refusing to eat green beans, when I was like 7 or 8, and just having a standoff. My mom now is like, oh, they don't want it, I'll make spaghetti, I'll make it's not, no, you were never a sous chef when I was growing up, but now there's a drawer full of candy that's like, can I have gum? Can I have Italian ice? And I don't understand the double, I get it. Grandparents, you've raised kids your entire life, so you can just let go when you're grandparents, but man, it does not feel fair.
I've heard grandparents say that being a grandparent is more fun than being a parent, because they get to, at the end of the day, like, okay, that was fun, time to, push them back. But, again, I'm the same way. Love the parents, love my in-laws, but, oh God, with the toys and the things that they bring over for their kids.
The dollar store toys.
And then I can't get rid of it, because then they'll ask later, oh, where is it? And I'm like, and then they get upset. So, and the bubbles. Listen, I love bubbles for my kids, but let me be the one to buy them. So it's like when it gets everywhere, like in the bricks in the back patio.
You don't love them
never
so
comes
much.
Up. It's
No,
always
worse
bubbling.
is slime.
Oh,
my
I
God.
have no
More
marks on our
slime,
patio,
and
too.
slime keeps
I don't-
appearing at my
Because the
house.
grandparents buy it,
It's
don't
always
they?
messy, and the sugar, always like loading them up full of sugar. And but you just pick your battles, is what I've learned, because I know you mentioned it too. It's that free babysitting is kind of nice. I don't want to risk that.
Yes.
You do have to pick your battles. My mom, bless her heart, she shows her love with food, and she did this when I was a kid. She force feeds my children. She'll make like a big feast for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not necessarily the most healthy stuff, but she's like, no, you gotta eat more. You're too skinny. No. Do you want this? Do you want that? And my kids are like, we're good, Abba. We're good. and so things like that bother me. She lets my son grab her phone and download any video game he wants and play for as long as he wants. Things that I don't do in my house at all. So I say to myself, if she lived here, she lives in another city, if she lived here, I would have to say something about it. But because they don't see her that often, I kind of let her go, and I bite my tongue, twitching the whole time. Do you guys have the guts to address it, or do you just keep quiet?
I mean, we make a joke out of it, I think.
Yeah, that's a good way to
just
put it, like
to make it
passive-aggressive.
lighthearted.
Yeah, you don't
Make it sort of a
want,
little lighthearted.
you don't want a wedge to kind of, a silent wedge to kind of grow between you, because you're not saying something, yet she's bugging you. I don't know, that's the tricky part.
But on the flip side, grandparents back in the day, they were hands off. Did you notice that? I think the grandparents of today are amazing. They will always be around. I'm saying this about my parents and my in-laws. They're always around. They're always available. They're going to do the overnights. Whereas I feel like the grandparents of yesteryear were just like that. Those are your kids now. You do that.
Yeah.
I have the same experience as Deanna's. They're so involved every day, our grandparents. So what I found is really parenting our kids is kind of the same thing as parenting up and parenting our parents. Positive reinforcement goes a long way. So really pointing out the things that they do wonderfully. Thank you for reading on, I think the kids are learning a lot from you on a daily basis. And then when there's the thing that we need to talk about, they don't take it so personally.
Sapna, I love that. I think it's a perfect note to end this topic on. All right, you ready for the wheel? Let's get spin number 1 going right here and see what our first topic on the wheel is today. Fill in the blank, a new one. I'll give you a sentence, you finish it, all right? I'm the blank mom. How do you think your kids and or their friends see you? I'm the blank mom, Laura.
I'll say the happy mom because my kids wrote that on the Mother's Day thing. They did. This was last year, not this year, because I think this year was different. And it's true for the most part. I am the happy mom. My kids see the happy mom. I'm the fun mom. Sometimes they'll tell you I'm the worst mom on the planet. Have we all probably maybe heard that, or is it just me?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, of
yeah,
course.
Of course. But yeah, I guess just trying to always just be positive with them. And when my kids wrote that down, like at different schools independently, that made me feel like maybe I'm doing something right. I may not always feel like I have it figured out. I am by no means a parenting expert.
Yeah.
But if they think I'm happy, that is all that matters.
Man,
at
that's
the end of the
perfect.
day.
That's a perfect answer. What about you?
I would say I'm the fun mom, but they would probably want to call it like the activity mom because I always have something planned. I know you're like this as
Yes.
well. There's always something fun to do on a Saturday afternoon. We have to.
Love it. Sapna?
I'm the yes mom.
Oh, wow.
So I've always hated hearing the word no. So I have tried always to say yes, but now I teach them because they're older. Ask me questions that I can say yes to. So it gets them to think twice before they ask for stuff.
Ask me questions.
That's a good one.
Okay, yeah.
I like
I'd
that.
like to think that they would say I'm the cool and fun mom, but I worry that they think I'm the strict mom because I know that I am. And I know that it's hard for them because we have rules like no sleepovers. You can only watch TV, not on weekdays, only on weekends. Things that their friends' moms don't necessarily do. And I hope one day they'll understand why we had these rules. But
will.
even
They
if
will.
they don't, I hope at the very least that it shows them that it's okay to be different and helps them stand up to peer pressure and stand up for what they believe in and their morals going on in life. So I'm the strict mom, but I think it's good to stand by what you believe in.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right, spin number 2 today is at what age? Okay, ladies, at what age would you let your daughters wear a bikini? Sapna.
So I do have a daughter, and my instinct is to say never. But what I will say
How
is
old is your daughter?
she's 8
Okay.
right now. I think all I can do is hope to give her the tools to build really strong body image for herself and trust that whatever she puts on her body, she does for herself and that it makes her feel good and not for anybody else.
But right now, are you buying one pieces?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What about you, Deanna?
I
You
feel
have
like
2
I'm
little
in the
ones.
minority. Yeah, I have 2 girls, and I'm gonna say 16. This is personal preference, but I cringe when I see like a really young toddler wearing a very tiny, and they make them very tiny little bikinis, and I don't understand it. But that's just my personal preference. I say 16.
You're not alone. I have a daughter who's now 15, but when she was little, I don't know, I thought it was just me or I thought it was a cultural thing. It looked weird, it looked odd to me, and I don't know if it's because it's like a sexualizing thing with kids. I don't know what it is exactly, but it didn't feel right to me. She kept asking. Finally, when she turned 10 on her 10th birthday, we thought. And so how we did it was we looked for something age appropriate, something that looks like something a 10-year-old would wear. What's your opinion on this, Laura?
I mean, I have 2 little boys, but if they were girls, I don't know. I just don't think they're practical on little kids, especially got to think if they're going down water slides or jumping in and out of pools. I mean, I know as
True,
an
that's a
adult
good
wearing
point.
a bikini, it's kind of a pain because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So, so that's a tough question. I'm not sure what, but Just not practical in my
I
opinion.
would say for pottying, it's practical for a bikini.
It is.
Good point.
It is. All right, we have 30 seconds. If you tell me your mom hacks in 30 seconds, we'll get it in. It's not the last wheel spin, but I love that one. I know it's a popular one, so go, Laura.
Clear containers in the pantry, glass or plastic, so you can see if you need to replace.
Okay.
No, I pass. Go to Supna.
For long road trips for the summer, just prep and pack brown paper bags with surprises in them, one each hour.
Oh, two good ones. We got two in. Yes, mamas, thank you.
Thank
Love you
you.
so much. We'll be right back.